What's up, collectors? Today we're talking about discovery sets. Stay tuned. What's up, collectors? My name is Earl and this is the Casual Collector. Hope you guys are doing good. Hope you're staying warm throwing on that hoodie because that temperature just did change overnight from 90 to 50, baby. So today I'm going to do a review and give y'all guys my interpretation of Navitus Parfums second discovery set of Opulences, Arcanum, and Lautus. So let's get into it. So these three fragrances are the most recent of the line. I believe the line came out last year, about a year and a half ago. I think it was last year, so please don't quote me. It came out with 7 offerings, and I'll do another video about those. I may do maybe my top 3 of the 7 because I also have that discovery set. But today I wanted to really talk about the newest collection because it's probably the most intriguing to me in regards to scent profile and complexity. So without further ado, let's get into smelling these fragrances. So for presentation, the discovery set comes in this pretty hefty box. It has Navitus on the front and on the top with nothing else on it. But then that opens up into this lavish looking selection of travel atomizers. I believe these are all 15 milliliter bottles. It comes with a card with a brief description on the front, the notes for each fragrance on the back, which is pretty dope. So the first fragrance I'm gonna try is Opulentas. It's described as a luxurious, complex, and refined fragrance. The bottle's pretty dope. They all have this little gold cap at the top. This dark red color at the top of the bottle, and then it turns like into a gradient color where you can see the juices. Spray is really good for a travel atomizer. I probably shouldn't only gave you one spray. So let's talk about the fragrance. The top notes are neroli oil, verbena, lavender, and yuzu. The heart has juniper berry, cascarilla, I think I'm saying that right, cascarilla, freesia, and orris. And the base notes has ambergris, palisander, rosewood, patchouli, sandalwood, musk, and vanilla absolute. So this fragrance starts out really rich, really fresh. The yuzu and verbena really stepping out in Front Street. Then you start to get that complexity with the juniper berry and the cascarilla. I think I'm saying that right. The cascarilla, from what I read, gives the mossy feeling, which is pretty interesting because when I was really trying to figure this fragrance out, I did get an idea, or it put me in the sense of Spanish moss. And then in the dry down with that ambergris and that rosewood, I mean, I'm pretty sure I get all of the notes, but those are the notes that really stick out to me, that really give this fragrance, this opulent, I guess, in the name, this opulent, rich, ahead of the class feeling to me. This is a fragrance that will definitely help you stand out. I would say in regards to how many sprays, I would probably do 3 sprays total, maybe 2 on the wrist and 1 on the neck. It starts out pretty strong in the open, so I definitely wouldn't spray this on right as I was leaving or entering into an event or situation wherever I may be headed to. This is definitely a classier, more fluent fragrance, maybe a more dressy fragrance. I definitely wouldn't dress this down, but I would say for a person that's in the office or just in that type of setting, this could definitely be a signature scent. It took me a while to get there to really kind of put all of that together, but I really like this for that factor. Like, this is a person who generally only wears high-end fragrances, really nice suits and things of that nature. That's who this is really designated for. I could see wearing this 3 seasons out of the year, fall, winter, spring. I'm not really sure if this will fare too well in the summertime, but nonetheless, this is a really dope fragrance, and I definitely plan to wear this, especially when I'm dressed up. So the first fragrance that I reviewed was Opulences. And so the second fragrance that we're gonna be trying out is Arcanum. I really hope I'm saying that right. This too is lighter red bottle. It's kind of red through and through. I should be showing you guys that. This fragrance is described as mysterious, rich, and addictive. So this opens up really incensey, kind of sweet, like a bittersweet. The notes for this one is cinnamon, coconut, and frankincense tears, which is what I'm getting the incense from. The mid has lavender, osmanthus, and oud, and the base has dark amber wood, again, vanilla, and tonka bean. So again, with this fragrance, just like Opulentas, it starts out really strong, heavy on the incense. I think I'm getting the spicy notes from the combination of the incense and the cinnamon. But the beauty in this fragrance, where it really shines at, where I get the addictive nature from, is in the dry down. The vanilla and the tonka bean, the osmanthus, you can really get that in the dry down. It becomes, it can be kind of sexy. I ain't gonna lie to you, it's pretty dope. So this fragrance too, when I think about how I would wear it or where I would wear it, I would still probably wear this dressed up. But to me, this is a first impressions type of scent. So if you're in sales like I am and you're trying to go in to acquire a new contract or a new client, I would wear something like this. It's subtle. Like I said, you probably want to spray this 30 minutes to an hour before you leave. The projection for this one, as well as the other two, I'll talk about that toward the end, fares out really well. So you won't have to really worry about spraying it and then once you head out to wherever you're going, not really having that presence. The presence is really still there. But I really love the tonka bean in this, and the tonka bean vanilla combo. The open I really like too, because I really like incense, but it is a bit strong, so just be careful. 4 sprays max, but 4 sprays with an hour away from everybody. But I think you can get away with 2 sprays for this particular fragrance. So this one is pretty good too. I really like it. And the second fragrance was Arcanum. So the third fragrance is called Lautus. And you can tell he was going in a different direction with this particular fragrance because the bottle is green. It's like a heather honey green at the top, and then it tones down to like a lighter green where you can see through to the juices. Yeah, so this fragrance is described as luxurious, complex, and refined. I got it mixed up. So Opulences was described as distinguished, elegant, and modern. So my apologies for that. I don't want to go back and redo that part. So let's get into the smell of this one. This one to me is really good, but it's interesting because while I think this may be the more mass appealing fragrance, this to me gives me like a more barbershop type feel. I categorize it as fresh but not seasonal. It's a fragrance that in other fragrances that probably don't use the same combination of notes would be more geared toward maybe like the spring or the summertime. But this has a richness to it to give it depth to last all 4 seasons. So let's get into the notes. So to me, it opens with like an apple rose combo. Apple is a note in this. Actually, I'll read you guys the notes. It is apple, pink pepper, lemon for the top, rose, cypriol, natural ouds, and patchouli for the mid. And for the base notes, you got amber woods and oak. So off of the initial spray, like I said, I get that apple rose combination. It comes off really powerful. I'm assuming that's what the idea, the concept was behind this, is to come out with a strong pow. I mean, the apple and the rose notes, and then like really with the mid and the dry down, because it's really well blended, so I don't really get too many changes in this fragrance. Once that apple kind of dries down or like subsides, you still got the rose, the pink pepper, and the amber. I guess some oudiness in it too, because it's not really completely smooth. Like it has a little bit of grit to it in a way. And I still do get a rich, sweet depth to it, But still, while I think this is a classy fragrance, this can be dressed down just a tad bit. A polos, some chinos, or some khaki shorts with some boat shoes. This is probably more along the lines of a vacation fragrance. What's noticeable to me about this fragrance, as well as the other two, they all tell me that they are suited for a destination. These aren't fragrances that are considerably easy reaches, or an easy reach, but that doesn't mean that they are so out of the way that you would probably never reach for them. I definitely would actually reach for all three of these, but I would do so in the event that I am going somewhere where I would be dressed up, want to be really impressive, or just couple my attire and my presentation with the confidence of one of these fragrances. So the third fragrance was Lautus. So let's talk about performance. So for me, the best performing fragrance was probably Arcanum. I was able to get about maybe 8 to 10 hours out of that one, to where the dry down was present, even though it became more of a skin scent. They all have projections to me between a range of 1 to 3 hours. I think Lautus might have the least projection time frame of the three, but it is also the one that's that I think people would reach for first of the three, just depending on the situation. Opulentas, like I said, maybe 2 or 3 hours of wide projection, and then it calmed down to skin scent as well. I probably got about 8 hours out of that one before I just didn't notice it so much anymore, or didn't have to put my arm all the way up to my nose. So for projection wise, between 1 and 3 hours, I think is really pretty good. And for longevity, 8 to 10 hours, I think is also really good for a niche fragrance. I'm actually really pleased with this. It took me a while to figure it out, but I have it figured out, and I wanted to bring it to you guys. So let's talk about pricing. The pricing for each fragrance now, if you bought a 100 ml bottle, is around $108 for each bottle. But for this discovery set, it's now $79.75, which I think I may have paid a little bit more, which is fine. I didn't have a problem with that, because presentation, the size of the bottles, the usage I would get out of it, I think it renders that amount. But you guys now are getting it at a better price. It's $79. So it's something that I would definitely say checking out. I don't necessarily ever suggest blind buying anything. So if you're gonna sample something, I say get the best usage out of it. Get the 15 ml travel size bottles, and you will find something out of it that you love. I'm almost sure. So, you know, Steven, if you're watching, really good job on these fragrances, as well as the other ones. Like I said, I'll do another video on the first discovery set. I may do it a little bit different, not necessarily a review of the 7 fragrances that's in there. And I'm looking forward to the collaboration with Steven and Buck from Big Beard Business. I just made my pre-order a couple of days ago, so I'm looking forward to getting that case in the mail in mid-October. And we'll try those out and review those as well. Alright guys, so that was my take on Navitus Parfums Discovery Set number 2. Thanks for sticking with me throughout this video. Thanks to my new subscribers and for you guys who's been watching so far. I'm really enjoying making content for you guys. If you like this video, please hit the like button. Drop a comment, tell me what you think about this video. Tell me what you think about this fragrance or the fragrance house of Navitus. Yeah, please consider to subscribe. I'm gonna start bringing these videos to you guys every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And until next time, when you step out into the world, make sure that you smell good and smile. I'll let y'all later.